moving day and I'm awake. I should be in bed. I did try to do a video last night and to no avail. It did not upload. So gonna have to do it live. It was just a little makeup thing and talk, but that's alright. So, like I said, today is moving day, and I'm hungry, and I don't have any food. And I'm making coffee without no creamer. This is going to be fun. I am later on because I don't leave until like later on in the afternoon. Going to visit my friends Ann and Becky at Dairy Queen and see them. So I did get to see the baby. Took a shower, kind of cleaned the room, kind of did a YouTube. Didn't run in my BOS, so we're gonna have to start that over here today. I don't know if I have enough stickers for the to do. Nope, just the notes. So it's basically been one of those days. Been up ever since I can't remember. But they're not allowed women and children. Officials here announcing over the weekend. Going on right now. Wish I was asleep. But I guess I went to sleep early. That's what happens. I wake up early. Oh, the joys of my brain. We don't know where they're going to go. Organizers haven't said, but when we find out, it's going to be quite a task for them. All right, Griff, we thank you very much. Meanwhile, this morning, the Washington Post has got an item talking a little bit about some of the. Well, yeah, that's what's going on. I'm making, like I said, I'm making coffee. There are a lot of people who have been in this country before, but they were deported. That showed. And my eyes have been watering, so I think I got allergies or something. I do need to like wash my face again. Which, because of the laws, are ridiculous in some cases. Some will. I was trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my last paycheck. Hopefully by then I'll have a job. I'm thinking while I'm there at my friend Shelly's, maybe apply for like Dollar Tree or someplace. So then I already have that when I move into Martha's home. But it's almost all young men. There's some families, but it looks like mostly all men. And so far, the President of the United States says, listen, first he praised Mexico, and he goes, look, obviously, something derogatory there. They cleared a tweet yesterday that Honduras, Salvador, and Guatemala, the triangle countries, they're going to pay the price. We give them $500 combined million in aid. They're going to take a hit on that and withdraw. Or deposits not going to get there because they're unable to control their border. What are they doing with the money that we're giving them? Why is it so unsafe in those countries still? I need to get my bag more organized. Get different bag. Well, Democrats, meanwhile, remember the backdrop is the midterms are 2 weeks. Put different stuff. And Democrats are struggling to come up with it. I probably won't put any makeup on until later on. And I am smelling my coffee. Hopefully it's good with just sugar because I'm more of a sugar and creamer kind of type, but I don't have any creamer. So So anytime somebody asks about immigration,
Oh,
right now, very fair about front page of the New York Times. We lost over to Jillian. Trump escalates use of migrants as election ploy, stoking voters' anxiety with baseless tale of ominous caravan. Okay, besides that, I'll report the
and I
facts.
like
There's your opinion in the headline.
cigars.
Good morning. Pilots gate caught up where following this Fox News alert and panic at the University of Utah overnight after a student is shot and killed on campus. The university
Ew, I'm tired of watching
the massive campus for the shooter.
depressing stuff.
The result of these terrorist deals, 46 reported sort of around. They have some room to.
So we just have to go through facts and records. It's not a,
You have a way from India, so
They didn't apply to themselves. We need to apply to themselves.
Arizona on TV. Oh, that's gonna be like weather.
This thing is going to be breezy,
Yep.
and it's going to be bringing us clouds and some showers. That's going to be the impact. Yes, we can have some snow inland here, but where it actually sets up, it differs a little. But regardless, it's just going to be not a great weekend. Flights is what's going to be the most impacted. I think there could be.
I know I should have brushed my hair before I went to sleep.
So we're looking at impacts. Regardless of
Lovely.
we're starting with New York City, the Big Apple. Today, not bad. 50 right now. We have near 60.
Yeah, it's all tangly because I went to bed with hair.
A couple of rounds of rain coming into Jim. You know the drill. Always keep the umbrella with you in New York City. You walk so much, right?
Yeah, in Boston. So,
I'm not a fan of putting the hood up.
you're not there.
I am. I'd much rather put the hood up.
I'm with you, because you know what? You're going to do. You set the
Ouch.
down, and then stop you over the store, and forget it. You forget about it. All right, so
Oh, need tail holder.
closer low pressure system to the coast, one that is probably going
Good
to
grief.
be inside the infamous benchmark, which is 40
A lot of
degrees
hair.
north, 70 degrees west. This is something that we use in meteorology a lot to talk about, what type of conditions that we have. Typically, a low over the benchmark in the middle of winter means a decent snow for New York and Boston, all right? But inside brings the warm air in. In this case, we don't have the super cold air anyway. But we will have enough of it, I think, in northern New England to give us some snow, of course, and I think even elevation, maybe Worcester County, maybe the Berkshires, maybe the Litchfield Hills of Connecticut. Here's the GFS model in terms of the rainfall. Real heavy
All right, there we go.
Atlantic as we're kind of waiting for the next part of this nor'easter to develop. And then, as you can see, the snow will be
Coffee's ready. Got my hair up in a ponytail. That way it's out of my way. I used my favorite shampoo, so now it's like it's supposed to tame the frizz and everything. But as you can see, my hair has a mind of its own, and it's long, so it gets in my way. Get my coffee cup. I got out. Not my fall one, but it will do.
Also, they are moving against LA then. All right, coming up, we are going to watch this nor'easter in the forecast. But first, before we even get to that, there is another system moving across the region, so we'll show you.
And of course, there is the train. I'm not going to miss that train whatsoever.
Let's face it, the world could use the
Oops. Maybe not. There we go. Well, this probably not going to be enough, but a lot of sugar that I can't stand coffee without it. I usually, like I said, do creamer and sugar, but I'm out of creamer.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker and is 2 times more absorbent. Bounty,
Okay, here we go.
Picker-upper.
Should have kept some milk, but didn't think about it.
you never forget your first race. And you never down from the
I guess that will do. All right. So
She should, Cheryl.
I'm going to do, I guess, the card of the morning, of the day that sets the day. So far, every card that I've had, every reading, that it's been spot on. Like, really spot on.
Go with the one that's here. Blind, so right. States.
My phone is almost out of go-go juice. So this is going to be interesting. There we go. So this kept it.
freezing cold,
Okay.
blazing heat. Raynex silicone advantage
Get my book of shadows out.
extreme conditions. They last 2 If Raynex silicone advantage wipers survive,
That I need out.
clearly, they'll last. Raynex outsmart.
With it.
Find Raynex silicone advantage wipers at these retailers.
Hurry to Ashley Home Store for the more sale for one final week. Get
There
more
it is.
selection, more
Okay.
style, and more convenience. Find well-crafted, timeless pieces everyone can enjoy with our vintage casual lifestyle. Receive
I should have done this like
$72
before.
Monday at Ashley Home Store. This is home.
Way beforehand. But I woke up. I was bored. There's like nothing on TV. So, yeah. I was like, oh, I'll just come on YouTube. And do my one that I'll probably do another one later on today when I'm in Amarillo.
Saw this epidemic across the country in the corporate boardrooms, in the media outlets, in Congress throughout America. Of course, you should not use taxpayer funds ever, and we signed on to multiple bills, bipartisan bills, to prevent that from ever happening.
Yeah, well, you know what's funny is these 20-foot walks are
I guess that would do.
they're brutal.
Okay, so
Definitely showing the seafood,
it is,
looking where I can sell them.
and I was looking on YouTube to see like the colors of, you know, Halloween, and it's like purple, green, and of course you're black and orange and red because of blood. So I think I'll do like a purple and black theme for my, maybe do a green to write, but like for the marker part, do maybe green and purple. And like I said, this is just the beginning of my marker set. Just the beginning. Okay, here we go. Got those.
Can this much love be cleaned by a little bit of Dawn Ultra? Oh, yeah. One bottle has the grease cleaning power of 3 bottles of the Cera liquid. A drop of Dawn and grease is gone.
All right.
New Decon. So delicious, my twisted lobster. Now,
And they actually get a pouch thing for the cards, but plan on one of these days getting another deck. I think I might do that next month when get our child support, get her some stuff.
Infections, serious, sometimes fatal events, including infections, tuberculosis, lymphoma, other cancers, nervous system and blood disorders, and allergic reactions have occurred. Tell your doctor you've been someplace where fungal infections are common, or if you're prone to infections, have cancer sores, have hepatitis B, have been treated for heart failure, or if you have persistent fever, freezing, bleeding.
I'm not going to cut it.
Start Enbrel if you have an infection.
Let's see what pops up.
Dad's back to being dad.
Visit Emerald.com and use a joint.
The Ace of Wands.
Could be progressive.
Ask about Enbrel.
Ace of Wands. You can see it.
Approved for over 16 years. In an era of online reading, retail, where everything is just a few clicks away.
All right.
Carvana, you can buy a car
Let's
100% online. We made it easy to browse, view, and buy from over 10,000 cars. You can even trade in your old car, all while binge watching your favorite
aces are beginnings, new beginnings, and stuff like that. Oh, and I turned it.
car vending machines. Either way,
The ace of wands symbolizes
relax in your comfort and enjoy.
the seeds of an idea that you feel very excited about. This frequently has a career or business orientation. Ooh. A new job or the start of a new business venture. That kind of goes with what's going
The
on.
only way to really get bullying to stop is to talk about it. They said, "You're not gonna kill
Are
me."
typical situations around which this card appears. As there is a great deal of creative energy indicated with this card, it is extremely good for anyone involved in creative endeavors. Due to the element it represents, this card indicates a high degree of energy and action. So it holds a force of strength, enthusiasm, and excitement. All the ingredients required at the outset to make a venture successful. Any project started under the auspices of this card holds promise for the future. It can also represent an entirely new way of life, with the anticipation of excitement that such a transition would bring. And accompanied by the Empress, it also almost always brings a new pregnancy or birth, literally the creation of a new life. Since the Ace of Wands is a male active energy, which is also associated with procreation, the seed of life. If a new relationship is indicated and the Ace of Wands also presents itself, you can be assured that it is going to be quite a passionate relationship. As with every reading, remember how the card's energies will be expressed can be identified from the other cards surrounding it. Well, it's just one card, so it would be, and it's not a relationship, and I can't have any more kids because if I could, I would be like suing the doctor. So I need to go. I wonder if I need to put like a sticky note there for like the Ace of Wands.
Unassisted yesterday and just figuring around the unit.
And I'm just like digging.
Really well. It's kind of slow but steady. You go from walking blocks to walking after 2 blocks. That way your body gets used to it.
That way I know. If I don't have like a bookmarker or something, I really do gotta get that. Maybe like make a list.
Just don't overdo it. Watch with the kids out. You know, little kids out. They want daddy. They'll reach out and grab you around the neck.
Or like maybe make a little paper clip with like a sticky sticker, puppy sticky sticker, and paper clip. They look like they're easy to do. Okay, so we're going to.
I think the biggest indicator that I'm ready to go home is that I'm not nervous to
Wonder if I can
leave the hospital. I
just
feel confident
fold
that
it.
nothing's
I really
going
don't want to stick it. I just want it
and
as
render me
like a
ill
little
back in the
bookmark.
hospital being treated for something. And the sooner you get out of the hospital,
Ah,
the
yeah.
better off
There we
you
go.
are.
All right, so here are
All right,
your
so I'll write that down later on.
This part new, and what you can see is these are the screws that go in, and the rods
Get
connect
that.
the screws, and then these are what are called cross-links, which connect the 2 rods and make it biomechanically more stable.
Okay.
And you can see their spine's pretty straight compared to how it was before. And then here's the
They're all little people.
Same thing. Screws going in to each vertebral body. These are the rods. You both have ways here on the side. And this is Nicole, and that's why it looks that way.
Yeah, I remember that.
But everything looks really good. Spine looks nice and straight.
The S shape is much less.
How many screws? 10 screws, 2 rods, and 2 cross-links. You can set off the machines at the airport if you believe this time you just had surgery and I'll scan it.
Alright, so that was a really good, I mean, because it goes right in hand with what's really going on with the move and what's taking place. So it's like spot on, just bam, right there in the reading. And that's what I like, when I can really understand what the card is saying, and I can take it and put it onto what is going on in the here and now. And then that's like, okay, well, I know one, this is a new bend over for me. This is a new transition for me because I'm going through I'm moving. It's a new beginning. The new job. Not so much the new relationship, because right now I'm really not looking for a new relationship. If one comes over, and through this process, and we just click, and he loves my daughter, and I feel like he's really safe, which of course I will probably do a background check on whoever I'm with before it even gets serious. That way I know, okay, this guy is safe to be around my daughter.
Throughout the years, you've kept your best friend moving.
But the card is like bam, 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 and I could relate it to what is going on with the moon, what is going on in the here and now with me, the job opportunity, the moving, the new beginning. I mean, it's just like domino effect, and it's just spot on. Like, you cannot get any clearer than what's going on, and just by reading this and knowing that the aces, all your aces are new beginnings, because the aces are ones. So, and then you have the 10, you have all the way up to 10. Okay, so 10s are your ending. They are the completion, the full circle of everything. So, yes, I love that reading. And I'm going to most definitely put in, my interpretation, and I'm going to compare it to what is going on in here and now with me and how it was spot on. And then I'm going to put in the book's interpretation. And that way, once that card comes up again and somebody else, for someone's reading, and I'll be like, okay, well, this is what this is saying. I will know, okay, are you in the process? Are you thinking about a move? Are you thinking about a new job? But I also need to put down the combinations for a pregnancy reading. I know it's Empress, the Ace, and one of the pages that is a clear indication of a pregnancy. So, I guess find room in here, because I might as well make a note. And thank goodness I got my sticky notes out, because that is what they are good for. And I started looking at like Amazon and Wish for like some washi tape, some stickers. I'm really wanting to get into my bullet journal, and I'm having some really good ideas.
One island to the other. You gotta get into it, all right? Oh, heck yeah.
What is this? Okay, that's deities. So I'm going to leave some room for the deities to finish for at least some of more of the Celtic. So I'm going to just skip that.
Be careful.
And then I'm going to,
I had my back cut open from my rib cage down to my butt. So it hurts. But, you know, I can't let that stop me from having a little bit of fun with the kids. I'm not dead, I'm just in pain. The healing process is a fluid thing. Would I like it to be quicker and would I like to be in less pain? You betcha. Hey, no hitting. Gentle. You're gonna be gentle. You're gonna break it. Things that I was doing in the past, prior to surgery, I can't really.
I love these little
I can't bend over
cases where you're sticky notes,
I can't come out of it.
but they're a pain in the booty to open. Okay, so I got that open. It goes this way.
I can't listen to a
And
chair
I
or two,
want
feed them dinner. So, my folks in town have been super helpful. And Jennifer, of course, can do a great many things, but she can't be in two places at once. Feeling better today? Better the past couple days than earlier today, but
My
still,
purple
by
didn't want to
now, it's
write.
starting to get, you know, to the point where I'm looking forward to bed.
Write down.
Was his worst surgeries I've had. Every other surgery, he's bounced back like the day after surgery, and you know, he'd be in pain, but each day it would get better. This surgery is taking longer for him to get better, and I'm looking for a good end to the story with this. And they God give me and you never have another surgery again. But you do a little better than when I first came. You had no color in your face, and you'd say hello and goodbye. So it's good to be able to sit around and chat with you.
Better, yeah, it's better than it was. My mom, she's a veteran of taking care of me, and she's the one that taught me patience. She's always taught me to, you know, to take a breath, to relax, to smile, be here, and those are the things that I rely on every day to, you know, how to get me through this type of stuff. Zoe, are you drawing on the table? I hope not.
There you go.
Oh. Playing with
Combinations.
the kids is probably the biggest frustration for me right now.
Combos.
The kids
Okay.
use that I'm not able to get on the
So
field.
I guess
The kids
that-
and, you know, I'm in pain. Will
I'm
ask
gonna
me
put
you know,
this.
he's like,
I'm gonna leave this up just in case. I love heavy
okay, then they'll come over and
sticky
they'll
notes.
rub my back.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, we can eat in just a minute.
We decided ordering some Indian food because I think we've already eaten everything else, both out and in.
You wanna hold the bag? Hey, you.
Alright, okay, so I'm going to actually put this in my bullet journal because that's actually where it should go.
This is heavy. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. You're such a good helper.
The kids want to be very
I'm
helpful,
going
which
to.
they've been doing. And the other part, of course, is that they're just anxious to eat.
Gentle with Baba. I know, I see. Food.
I have so much. Saturday, Sunday. We're on Tuesday. I need smaller sticky notes, that's for sure.
See my boo-boo?
Because my big ones actually,
Uh-oh.
I'll show you.
Alright.
I'll show you. Flip through.
That's not funny. Silly man.
Hey guys.
Okay, so here is my bullet journal.
Hey, I'm home.
And as you can see, it's decorated with little sticky notes and stickers. And it takes up like the whole, just 2 blocks. So yeah, I really need smaller sticky notes. I think I'll write that down. And here's just a rundown of last week's, the 67 that I had went to my phone, thank goodness. And the 539, the 583, you know, that was just what I had spent. And then I was off.
So, honey, how is your back?
Yeah, I was off the 15th, 16th, and then the 17th, I wrote down what was going on. And that's what this was like. This was like a little to-do list. This was notes. And then I have here, which is the 18th, saw my caseworker. See if you can get that better. And here, you know, what was just taking place. And then here, I didn't really have anything down. And then
Suspected Ebola, because it could happen at any time. We don't know.
Sunday was my last day. And then here we go. So we're on Tuesday, which I put down a little strawberry, and I put down a little circle sticker that says moving day. And then of course my sticky note for my book of shadows, and anything that I can remember to write down in there, I will probably put in this sticky note right here. And then we go on to, because that's the rest of the week. And I don't have anything yet for this area except for here, which is the 27th. And that is the carnival. This is the week of the carnival. And so I put down a little circle because I was planning on going to the carnival with my sister-in-law, but I am moving today, which is the 23rd. And I do need to put down I did put down the full moon. So I put down like a little sticker of cotton candy. And here I put like a little popsicle to symbolize that it's a carnival. And then of course here is our last week of October. And I put down Samhain, and then I have a little cheese covered in, I think that's a cheesecake or something like that. I'm not sure what that is. And then I have that, because this is the last week of October. And then we come over here, and it's just a little calendar that I did for October. I'll probably not do the same one next month because I'm not very good at drawing. And then here I don't have anything yet for a look ahead, but I think I do. I have like Phoebe's birthday and Thanksgiving, and I think I did put that's what all I have for that so far. So when more things come up, I will like go here to my sticky note. As you can see, it's like sticky note galore. There's one there for a reminder, and then you come over here and you have this one. And then for November, you already have a sticky note. So, and I'll show you the stickers that are actually in here. There's not very many left because I've been using them quite a bit. And I think this is like your little notes or to do or stuff like that. I'm not for sure what these are for, but this is your little this was my little washi that I hang, your little banners and the little circles and the little flags. And then you come here and you have like the months. You can already see that I've already had, all these done. And then you have notes. This was your to-do list. These were like lunch dates, birthdays, checklist, and travel, and appointments. And then you come over here and you basically have the same little squares and stuff like that you can use. And then there's the rest of my little stickers. I don't know if I'm wanting to get like Thanksgiving and moon stickers, because that's another thing I need to write down is next month's full moon, and put it on my sticky note. So that's it on that. And okay, so we don't need that just yet. But yep, that's what's happening. And I've used like my sticky notes for work too when I was working. Like I would write down the times of the food that needed to go out. That way they had it there and they didn't have to go, oh, well, let me look and see if it's there. No, you have the times right there on a little sticky note. I don't know whatchamacallit on the register. So, and I gotta get either a different bag or get reorganized.
How to live like a millionaire. All new, My Lottery Dream Home, Friday night at 9 on HGTV.
No.
And the HGTV app.
My name is Jenny Marie.
Oh, no. That would be a pain in my butt. Ha! I got you. Figure it out.
I'm not really mean, I'm a double XL, but let's pretend for
Do it this way.
New series premieres November 5th at 9 on TLC. Stream live on TLC Go.
Still in the
Nope.
recovery.
That didn't work.
Surgery, but doing well. I'm
Okay,
active
so
30 work hours.
all else fails.
Okay,
Get
let's start from the
a
beginning.
ponytail holder.
Today, our hospital for a potential patient with Ebola. Ebola is a new risk
Ha.
in our country. If I go ahead of time, I need to distribute the observer checklist to everybody. How we're doing in time, actually. It's not
Ponytail
like
holders.
we'll see a
They're-
major outbreak here in the
They
US.
come in handy not just for your hair, but for your cards, your books that don't want to stay closed. Let me show you.
So, a lot of preparation
Yep,
for a potential
I did it.
Ebola patient involves simulation, which then falls on my hat. And so definitely things have been pretty busy as of
And of course, this is my little card. It has all my cards in there, my social security, my ID, my food stamp card, my WIC card, which, oh yeah, I gotta remember. Okay, so yeah, I need to make,
So you guys just got back, and now essentially,
okay, yeah. I'm glad I said to get her another WIC thing done for her. And so yeah, I gotta make a note on that.
When you come up to the triage,
I do that later.
We're gonna have you walk over. You are well. You don't have any symptoms. And so in this situation, we're gonna train one of our
But
actresses to play a role. She's gonna be a mom. The child in this situation is a very low-tech mannequin. We use mannequins and actors to really create a scenario from which
oh, I love her. She's so
can actually do what they would normally do,
she's such a strong person.
but who's safe.
I need a cigarette. There's another reason why I'm gonna go over to Dairy Queen.
Okay, they're on their way. We have a few observers who are watching this scenario and taking notes. Have you or your child, my name's Nadia, I'm one of the nurses. Have you or your child had any recent travel to Sierra Leone, Liberia, or
Hold on.
We've gone back 7 days ago. Based on your recent travel and due to concerns of possible infection, we're going to go ahead and take your child and you to a family. Very well. The healthcare providers in the emergency center know that we're doing these simulations, so they're sort of on alert to expect the potential for a simulation, but they may not know what's happening exactly today. We call this a clinical system evaluation. This has nothing to do with the skill level of a nurse or a physician, but rather, does the system of care that we developed really work? What we're going to do is you're going to see me come back and we'll have some special gloves, and special serums, and special precautions.
All right, so I gotta think. I gotta remember. Put down. Make a WIC appointment, dental appointment. Not for sure. Can't remember if it's like for 3 years or are your thoughts. But I think maybe my sister-in-law's gonna do that. The wick simple. Can't remember what else. So I will show you the colors that they're just like the same, like except for
In this situation,
with the pins, I got the green and purple out
to make sure it's well prepared.
for this week. Last week it was the purple, but for like work, and I did the red last week too. So, but
Can cause vomiting and diarrhea.
I have
It is something we need to, practice.
these colors for this week,
Virus is transmitted in body fluids. So that's something that needs to
and then I have the purple and black for like other things, and of course, right on cue there is the train. I am not going to miss that train whatsoever. So this is what I'm going to have, and then I put that. So I'll know that those are the ones I'm going to have for this week.
Was very much a success. So Jessica, you probably need to take a minute.
I'm going to put that in my little pocket, in my little lunch pail bag thing that I use for everything except for what it's really supposed to be used for. And
that went through this case to focus on the things that we were concerned about or the things that didn't go as well as we
what
wanted.
else?
And we got to identify some things that we want to improve and change. We also identified a lot of things that are working. I hope and pray we never have a patient.
And I got to remember to call or text
If it does happen to
my
us,
ex-boss
thank you everybody for all your time.
to make sure she has her takes her medicine.
Ready? Not quite a second house. They kind of got the idea. You don't actually go in the house, but you just knock on the door, say trick or treat. Open the door. Hey, wow! What do you say?
But
They have it down pat. Guys, are you ready for the next one?
and my face is like really dry. But if I put that cream on, I wake up with like my face is so oily and my eyes are like. But I think that was because I fell asleep with eyeshadow on. And I'm trying to figure out what makeup I really want to put on today. I have certain dark colors for my makeup. Oh yeah, I need to look up. I will do probably haunted places throughout, November too, because I'm falling behind on that. It's just been a really busy time for me.
If you live with diabetes, why Thermostick when you can
But yeah.
With the Freestyle
And of course,
Libre
my daughter's diapers. I'll probably have her diaper bag back, which will have my amethyst, hopefully crystal in it. Hopefully my sister-in-law didn't throw that away because that really wasn't expensive. I think I got it like on Amazon or something like that for like pretty cheap.
A special way to add surprise to your kid's day. Simply pop, peel, scoop, and play.
What else?
Enjoy. A little surprise goes a long way.
Happy anniversary.
I gotta finish packing my stuff.
Can this much love be cleaned by a
Take out
little
at
bit
least the
of Dawn
trash.
Ultra? Oh, yeah. One bottle has the
And just like
grease
strip the
cleaning
bed for
power of
them.
the Soda Liquid. A drop of Dawn and grease is gone.
The Connors is television's #1 new series. And just as they're moving on,
Oh, good.
David comes back with his girlfriend.
Crystal licking for chewy smelling hippie.
The Connors, new tonight on ABC. Nature's Recipe Notes, a dog's big life.
Oh yeah. If you're in like I don't know any other states, channels, or countries, but we have like Freeform here, and it used to be, I think it was like the WB or something like that, or TNT, something like that. It was one of those. But Freeform, that's another thing I need to. So I'm going to miss that. That's another thing I need to make a keynote on is the 31st. All day long, it's going to be Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus is like one of my favorite all-time Disney or whatever you call it movies with Bette Midler and Sarah Jessica Parker, I think it is, from. She had a show on called something City. I can't remember what it was, but it was about all these friends, and you know, she was in it, and she like had a diary or something like that. But she played on some other movie. I don't remember. Oh yeah, she played on. I think it was like the first Housewives. Or the first, it was another one that had Bette Midler in it. It had, I think it was like Diane Keaton. She played on Baby Bloomer. And then the girl with the black hair, that she used to be kind of heavyweight, and then I guess she got on some sort of diet, and she looked a whole lot better now than she did back then. But let's see here. That's going to be on. And yesterday, Witches of Eastwick was on at like 7:30. I don't know if it's going to come back on again on Freeform. It might be like closer to Halloween. Again, if you're a witch, okay, so the full moon is on the 24th of this month. So the full moon is basically directed towards, I can't remember. Do I have that in my book of shadow? I don't think I do. I think that's another thing I need to write down is, you know, not just the aspects of the moon, but what it's good for. That's the wrong one. One of these days, I'm going to have a lot of these. If you're a witch, you are like, it's like candles, notebooks, journals, tarot, oils, incense, herbs, anything witchy you can get your hands on is, yeah, that's what it is. So,
you know, able to participate in the trick or treating and setting up the kids. These are small things.
I don't think I like wrote down. Let's see. They're so cute.
Now we have to explain the rules. This is house number 1. Okay, ready?
The 10 coins, the herbs of the day, card of the day, some elementary, grounding, centering.
Now say trick or treat. Trick or treat, Zoe?
Okay, so no, I haven't written that down.
I think Mommy should go with you though. All right, you ready?
Again, you can see that I have my red marker out too. Okay, so we go to close to my last week. All right. So, what color am I? What? Where'd you go? So,
Oh, you said to help themselves. Where's your bucket, bud? They basically thought they were just going over to visit somebody.
What?
Just, like, made themselves at home.
If my
Just one.
pen
Well,
can
just
work.
Thankfully, I know my neighbors and they were very welcoming.
My
and nice.
pen's not wanting to work.
So we just thought, hey, this is what
Come
we're gonna go visit friends and look, they have all kinds of candy. Cool. Sorry.
And I have my other notebooks like
was definitely so much at home in the first house. He, found a guitar and said, I'll start playing it.
that one.
Come on, guys.
Why do you not want to work? You worked before.
Hey, nice visiting, but we gotta hold
Oh, I'm gonna get peeled.
Thank you guys. Happy Halloween. Finally got them out of the house. Okay, can we do it this time? Now, okay, one more thing. We don't.
Okay, so green is not wanting to work. We'll get a different color.
We don't want to go inside, so please.
That's a brand new pen too.
Yes, I want trick or treat.
Oh, it's a pen. Okay. We want to do
Thank you. Trick or treat. Treat.
red,
Happy Halloween. Get one of your buckets.
orange.
Happy Halloween, guys. For the second house. I kind of got the idea. You don't have to go
I'm
in
gonna
there.
get some
But
different.
you just knock on the door.
And it tore.
So,
Lovely.
the second or third house.
Not what I wanted it to do. Definitely gonna have to get it back for them. Alright,
Okay, what do you say?
this looks like maybe a turquoise color. Let's see.
Oh.
Come on, I'd get you to work. The pens are not gonna want to. Ah, there we go. So
I'm pretty proud of Ron and Zoe with their first trick or treat.
we're going to
Because,
do
despite the fact that a few houses
here, so you don't have to see my face.
they were pretty tough.
Do you like going out at night and visiting? Yeah. What's the best part, Will? Candy?
Yes.
What?
Was a total success.
Mad
I got me some
Check.
cabbages over here.
to
The kids had a
do.
good time. They learned what it was like and what to do with trick or treating, how to say happy Halloween, how fun it can be to dress
That's
up, and they got lots of candy and had a lot of fun.
the
Now, the only downside is that Baba didn't go trick or treating with us this year, but.
and this is just like for my my magical journal. And let's see here, what else did I say? Hauntings.
No more for them. Can share with Baba, but they had one.
Hauntings.
For daddy?
Yeah. Make sure not the one that's open then.
And
No more?
Just one. Everyone gets one, right?
no, I put that down on my
No more?
one for November.
Okay, very good. They didn't get candy along the way. That's what I saw.
We'll write that down here.
Did you see a scary witch? Hey.
November's
Oh, kitty.
full moon.
I think you're gonna get one tonight. You know, I'm really lucky.
I think I do have that written down. I just don't have it written down on here. Let me see.
Like the other day, having my kids in my life has changed everything, including my outlook on.
Okay, yeah, it's on the 23rd, so I'm gonna put that on my sticky note in November.
They had birthdays, they're in school, they're smiling all the time,
So-
making me laugh all the time. So my goal is to get better so I can do it with my kids. If that's not in something, I don't know what it is.
They did good.
Cool.
I'm
So,
gonna-
happy Halloween, all the trick or treats. This surgery is not small potatoes, and especially at our age. It's not-
Because it's always good to know when your full moon is.
Started that he gives himself credit for.
So
And
it's 23rd.
He came through it with, flying colors, and so I need him to focus on getting well, so that he can come back to sort of crazy life and keeping up with Will and Zoe and
And I think
Happy Halloween!
that's it.
Oh, the doctor did say that we're supposed to.
All right, I'm gonna write down. This book belongs to
Previously
Rhea Slater.
Surgery has become something that I think you should do sooner than later.
If it's just the
806 717 4609. Just in case somebody I lose it or something, or leave it somewhere. It's there. Okay, so that's done.
To get out with the kids and do all the things that chances are I won't be able to do for a while.
You know, with two toddlers, one minute things are good, the next minute they're not.
What are you doing? These are those moments that when we look back, we'll appreciate even more. The fact that you guys have come to see me off the surgery tomorrow, it means a lot. It means more than you'll ever know. Thank you. I'll try.
I know for sure he's a rock.
So,
I only hope I can be happy.
as you can see, I'll show you that's half of my stuff. And then I don't know. Yeah.
So he required
Kind of around the corner there is the rest of my stuff. Not all of it, but
all you can do is just keep going until you can't go anymore.
alright. So I'm gonna try to get the green to work. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. I'm trying to get organized in my bag, make room, and it's like not working.
Who's gonna walk off? Who's gonna walk Maggie?
It's
It's been 6 weeks since my surgery, and I'm feeling, I think, the way I'm supposed to feel, which is I'm getting better, but it still hurts a lot. What are you doing, Will? You okay?
So, what else?
From my doctor was don't bend.
I'll probably write down more later on, like during the day with my sticky notes. It's like,
Right there.
what all needs to be done.
The first 12 weeks is to walk. And so we decided to take the dogs for a walk. You want me to do it? All right, walk me. And my behavior is such that I'm starting to feel well enough to catch myself every once in a while, close to breaking rules, which is, of course, not good.
And the coffee is okay without the creamer or milk. I mean, I prefer, and it's kind of getting cold, so I might have to warm it up. 'Cause I really don't like cold coffee.
Thus far has been overall good, but it's definitely been challenging.
So, I don't know what's going to happen today. I'm hoping today goes okay. And there's like no like trouble between one of my best friends and her fling or her boy toy, because she is like she's married and going out with this one guy. I really don't approve of it, but she is her own person. And she don't really need any more trouble than there already is, because there's like trouble between her and her family. And I don't know if it's exactly because she's married and she's going out with this one guy and they just don't like him, or if it's just they don't like him because the way he treats her and they see that, and so they are projecting it out. But she needs somebody basically in her corner that's going to, say, hey, instead of, being this way, yes, granted, he treats her wrong, but this is her decision. This is her choice. You might not like it, but the best thing to do, for her sanity and everyone else's sanity, is not to project it out. Because this causes rift between not only y'all, but this is causing more problems than it's worth with her and him. So, choose your battles wisely. If this is going to cause more problems with her and him, then the best thing to do is use discretion. And valor is like really important. So, if y'all want more to do with each other, then you need to remember that, okay, this person is, say, if these two people are in your home, you have got to remember, yes, this is my sister. Yes, this is her beau. I might not like him, but they are guests in my house. So therefore, you have to really make them feel at home, make them feel comfortable. It all goes to being a good host. Because it's like, okay, so like during Christmas. Okay, Christmas comes up, and you're like, okay, and you're throwing a party. Well, would you make one of your other guests feel unwelcome? Would you be a bad host and risk them not coming back because, you disagree with something or something happened? Or would you be a good host and make them feel comfortable, make them feel welcomed? And whatnot. It just goes back to choosing your words, choosing your battles. I mean, choosing your fights. If you know that this is going to be a losing end for everyone and it's going to cause more trouble, then don't do it. Bite your tongue and just use discretion. I mean, that's all it takes. But I don't know. It's like, I'll be there for like 2 weeks. Hopefully less than 2 weeks. But, because I will have to call next week. Something comes up because I have only told her that I'd be there for like 1 to 2 weeks. And, so, and that's what I was just going on with my caseworker and what she said. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it will be, that or sooner that I will be moving. I will know something next week if they have anything. They said they had vouchers for the moms to be moving out, and so it shouldn't be long. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not going to be doing this and like be this far away from my daughter, because the whole point of me moving to Panhandle was to be closer to my daughter, so I didn't have to worry about finding a ride here and whatnot. And so that was the case here, and now it's like I'm moving again, and I'm going to be like 31 minutes away from her, and I was wanting to wait until they had a place and an opening for me at Martha's home. That way I could still see her, I could still have my visitations and supervised visitations with her and see her twice a week. But now it's going to be only once a week. And that's going to be hard because I went from twice a week, one unsupervised and one supervised, to only going to me, one time. And it's like my whole, I'm like, I'm very nervous. I'm very, I'm stressed now because it's like, okay, this only better be 1 to 2 weeks because this is BS. I quit my job, when I could have still had my job. I might not have had very much money, but, I understand that with the rent being every week, it was putting me in a hole. But the reason I moved here and I transferred here is so I could be closer to my daughter. I didn't have to worry about getting a ride there, and I knew that I had already had my job. And now it's like I'm starting over from scratch. And I'm not even for sure. You know, she said that she would take her to me on my visitations. But if that doesn't go well, then I'm back to square one of finding a ride. And that is what I was trying to avoid, that extra stress. And it's like my mind is like going 90 to nothing a minute, and my anxiety is like whoop, all the way up there again. And it's like, okay, when I just had the stress of every week paying my rent and finding the extra 40. Now I'm having this like, okay, well, if it's going to be more than 1 to 2 weeks, what am I going to do then? Because I'm only supposed to stay there 1 to 2 weeks. And then there's the fact of, okay, well, what if she can't take her to me or bring her to me like she said she was going to do? What am I going to do now? That's what I was trying to avoid in the first place when I moved to Panhandle. And I was like, it's a lot of what ifs, and yeah, my anxiety is like, okay. And my mind is like, what are you doing? You could have just like been, let's just stay here until there is an opening because I have a job and I don't have to worry about finding a way to get over to see my daughter. And now it's like, I know I need to do this. I know this is what the cards are telling me. I know this is what's best for me and my daughter. But what if there is another 2 weeks? What am I going to do? I mean, seriously. I quit my job. And I could have had another 4 weeks here at work. And not only have to worry about paying rent. That's just it. And I think it's in my mind. I know I did, I'm doing the right thing because that's what my caseworker is saying, I'm glad you thought it through and you figured that the move would be the best thing for you. And I'm like, yeah, that's so true. But then I start thinking about things. And then my mind plays tricks on me. And my mind starts thinking negatively. And it's like, are we sure this is the best thing? Or are we sure this is going to be like the worst mistake you ever made? I'm just going to add more to the freaking bullshit that you already have to worry about. And if she asks me, are you nervous? And I'm going to probably be straight out on this with her. I'm going to be like, yep. Because I got a million scenarios playing in my head and none of them are helping with everything. It's like, okay, what if this scenario? What if this scenario? What if this scenario? What happens if this doesn't happen? What happens if this isn't? And none of them are positive. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? I know this is the right thing to do. I know it in my heart. I know it in my being, but my head is like not there. It's like, what are you doing, girl? What are you doing? You've had a job. You might have worked nights, but you had a job. And now you're starting all over again. And it's like, I'll be like, one of the scenarios is like, what if it's another 2 weeks? What am I going to do if it's another 2 weeks? What am I going to do? Because I've only said it will only be 1 to 2 weeks. I can't do that to my friend to where, it's
We are back in New York City for Powerball.
it's gonna be 4 weeks instead of 2 weeks, or 3 weeks instead of 1 or 2 weeks. And I was like, okay, where am I gonna go for the next 2 weeks?
You know, one of the main reasons why we had to go forward with the surgery is
Because
the fact that he's still having some of that pain.
I'm only staying there part-time. I'm not even on the lease.
Right, this is it. All I'm hoping for is that the doctor says that you're healing up.
And she can get in trouble for having somebody there.
Work that I've done.
Because the only 2 people that are supposed to be there is like, now see, this is my head. This is my mind. This is why sometimes I do meditate when I have time. Because I need to get out all that negative programming mind and go, okay, you know what? This is what's best for me and my daughter. It will be 1 to 2 weeks. My caseworker will do what she says she's going to do. She has been good on that part so far. Quit thinking negatively and think positive. Okay, we're back, reconnected. So it's like,
I mean, we've all been there, but
yeah, I've just got to think positive. Because so far everything has just, ever since I moved here, everything has fallen into place. I have gotten reconnected with my craft, which I feel made everything come in more into place. So depressed when I moved here, and now it's like, okay, you just got to keep this up. You just got to keep thinking positive, because once you think positive things happen, coming into place. Everything is going the way you want it to go. So, yeah, that's what's going on. I'll probably, once I go to Dairy Queen, I'll probably like record the way over there and like a little bit of inside. So, yep, and I'm going to get off here because I've jabbered enough. Have a wonderful week. I will see y'all later and stay blessed. Bye.